The results are in, and it turns out Nathan MacKinnon is, in fact, 100% dog. The Rangers can't handle it. Let's start the show. Welcome into the DNVR Avalanche post-game show live from the Toyota Winners Lounge, back in the Winners Lounge. Powered by your Front Range Toyota dealerships and presented by Bet365. Bailey and Rudo coming to you. The Avs win in overtime. They can do it without Gavin Brindley.
And they can do it with both Nathan MacKinnon and Marty Netches on the ice together.
The trio of death was on the ice, and the Avs actually made the other team die instead of themselves for once.
What a concept.
I know. Crazy, right? You would think they could do that on the regular, but it works this time. We'll get into all of it. I don't know how to feel about parts of this game, because in the end, I think the Avs actually played pretty well, but there were stretches that you didn't love.
No, not nearly. It's easy for me to say that I liked this game solely based off of Thursday's performance.
Bar was in the ground.
Yes. So that's kind of where I'm at, is like they improved in the areas I think where they kind of needed to. In certain areas, power play didn't convert, which, again, obviously you'd like to see.
How many more ways can we chop that animal
right,
up?
Like there's not much more we can do to pick that apart.
Yeah.
But for the most part, like you're seeing things cleaned up a little bit more. You see a better, if I can even call it that, game from Martin Netches. You see a much better game from Mackenzie Blackwood.
Yep.
And that's
much better.
That's kind of where I kind of sit on this is. Again, they cleaned up what they needed to. It didn't look nearly as bad and like, I don't know what other word to call it. Not nearly as bad as last game. And that's a win in my book.
It is literally a win in the Avs book. Let's hit the 60-second rundown, and then we'll really start to dive into things here. First period, it was a fine start. Then the Avs took a penalty. New York doesn't score on the power play, but all momentum shifts New York's way off of that power play, and they dominate for a while. But the Avs hold on. As you mentioned, good play from Blackwood in that first period. You get out of it, it's 0-0. You feel okay with a road period like that. Second period, the Avs do play better. It's not an amazing period, but the Avs are playing a more even keel, I would say. There were less poor stretches, and you get rewarded with a depth goal. Parker Kelly with a beautiful tip off a Sam Malinsky shot. Makes it 1-0. You get into the third period, which funnily enough, mechanically was the Avs' best period, despite getting scored on twice in the period. The first goal, Marty Nate just can't be the last guy back, I guess. He just can't be that guy. Just gets totally burnt, and a nice shot from Sheary goes in. The Avs look like they're probably going to win the game in reg with a beautiful baseball bat play from MacKinnon to make it 2-1 late. But with the goalie pulled, a controversial goal goes in for the Rangers off a tip-in play. And then Nathan MacKinnon finishes the game in overtime. Made it through the 60 seconds, but there's a lot of detail I left out there.
I feel like the first thing I want to touch on is that second Rangers goal.
Yes, let's do this again.
We kind of did our whole spiel in the watch-along. Should that have been called back?
I think it's a high stick.
Yeah.
I mean, he clearly plays it at head level. It's certainly the second bat. The first one I think is close. The second one, I don't know how that's not played with a high stick. I really don't. I don't know what to tell you on that one.
Because, you hear from Jared Bednar after the Thursday game that he's just not going to challenge things unless they're completely obvious.
Yeah.
Now, I guess the quote-unquote definition of a high stick can vary depending on the height of the player, whatever.
Yeah, it's generally shoulder height.
Generally, that's the rule of thumb. That seemed pretty above the shoulder to me on the replay, especially.
It certainly looked obviously the blade of a hockey stick is that long or whatever.
Yeah.
So where did it hit on the blade or whatever, if you want to get really specific. But it looked pretty high to me. Now, officially, the rule does say it's a high stick until the Avs have possession of the puck.
Yeah.
Like, you could negate a high stick if the Avs have possession. And it does look like when he bats the high stick, it might hit off of Kiviranta's visor.
But then that begs the question, what is possession?
Yeah, that's not possession.
Yeah.
Like, come on. So, and I know we're biased. We're an Avalanche coverage organization, and we root for the Avalanche to win. But it really feels like very few of these calls have gone the Avs' way. You had the Landy one that counted a handful of games ago, but you had a goal called back in this game. I mean, it wasn't a goal. That one was fair. But
yeah,
it just feels like so many of these 50-50, are the refs going to call it or not plays have gone against the Avs this year. And I don't know. The NHL sucks at this. If anything, in the end, it ends up being more credit for the Avs overcoming some nonsense and still managing to win this game.
Yeah, no. Resilience.
Yep.
That's the big word of the day.
It is.
For this team. And that's... You come back after that. A lot of teams, I think, can say they'd had the wind taken out of their sails a little bit for a call that you think maybe should have gone your way. And Nathan MacKinnon goes and becomes the hero.
Yeah.
So
MacKinnon absolutely got there.
yeah.
I don't know that it was his best game.
No.
But probably his best goal of the year.
Yeah. I sit there and I look at that overtime goal and I was like, where was that?
Where's
for
this
60
been?
minutes?
Where has this been, Nathan?
For 60 minutes. Where were you? Where was this? It was beautiful.
We'll talk about MacKinnon a little bit more. I do want to run through the full game here, and I was bringing up the stats, so let me see if I can pull them up really quick, and why I believe in the Avs so much this year, because I don't think any of us will sit here and tell you this was the Avs' best game. Mm-hmm. But underlying, the Avs out-Corsied the Rangers 64-43 in this game.
Yeah.
They out-chanced them 14-4 in high-danger chances, and they ultimately, at 5-on-5, generated 3 goals to the Rangers' 1.3. I know it didn't feel like that in the moment, but this was fairly dominant outside of the first period and maybe like the 1 5-minute stretch of the second. The Avs were the better team for the majority of tonight.
Yeah. No, I think stats like that are much more characteristic of what we've seen from the Avs all season. This felt more like... I know we talked in postgame about them getting back to their identity, and that's what that stats like that feel like.
And I love that you called it the identity, because the Avs' identity has been a dominant third-period team, and I said this off the top. I know the Avs got scored on twice, but mechanically in the third period at 5-on-5, 25 attempts for the Avs, only 7 shot attempts against at 5-on-5. Yeah, one of those is Marty Nate just getting lit on fire and getting scored on. But the only other dangerous play in the third period from the Rangers was with the goalie pulled.
Yep.
The Avs took over that game. And frankly, I probably should have given Igor Shesterkin a star in this game. That dude was a monster tonight.
Yeah.
The Avs are scoring 6 against weaker goaltending tonight.
Yep.
So I really don't have a problem with the Avs games overall. I have some issues with certain guys, with certain plays, with certain stretches, but this is a really good hockey game, and the Rangers played well too, and the Avs got it done.
Yeah. No, I don't know as though I have much else to say about that.
Cool.
That's, yeah.
I know I said we don't have much to say about it, but we have to talk about it by law.
Yeah.
Special teams. Avs didn't lose the special teams battle.
No.
Which has been good enough for most of this year. I'm tired. I'm tired of the power play.
You took the words right out of my mouth. Even the penalty kill looked a little rough in spurts.
The first one was
tonight.
bad.
The first one sucked.
Yeah.
But they pick it up through the game, and that's all you can ask, I guess, right? It's been... I want to pull this up because it's... The last time they scored on the power play was Montreal.
Yep. And it was a nothing goal for Gabe Landeskog.
Yeah. The other one outside of that was...
It was Nelson, I think, right?
Yeah, it was San Jose. You get 1. The last time you've scored 2, or converted twice on the power play, is a game in Vancouver, 5-4 overtime win. The game before that is when you really see the power play come to life, is New Jersey.
Yeah. But that's a month and a half ago now? Like,
right. So in doing some looking and crunching of numbers, and I call this like minimal crunching. I'm not good at math. But 3 goals, power play goals, in 11 games.
Not good enough.
Seems not great. And this is something I touched on in my instant reaction article. Go read that. But it just seems like for the talent that this team possesses, the makeup of these 2 units, which are great in their own right. You've got 2 elite talents in Nathan MacKinnon and Martin Necas on one unit. And you've got a Brock Nelson who's been really booming lately for this team on the second unit. And they're not scoring. Nothing is happening. It looks stagnant. It looks, to use Nathan MacKinnon's words against him, it looks boring.
It genuinely ineffective, very little good to say about it. And there are 2 things here for me. One, what you already said, with this level of talent, and the Avs are one of the best teams in the league at drawing penalties. You should be scoring a power play goal every other game. Like, yeah, okay, cold streaks here, there, whatever. But much more regularly than the Avs are producing a goal on it, they should be. And the problem with that is we are well beyond a cold streak now. We said this on the watch along too, but we are a third of the way through the season, and your power play is 15%.
Yeah.
That's not good enough. There is no, we can write it off. It's just a cold streak. It's, we'll figure it out.
This is not a cold streak. This is just bad.
You need to figure it out today.
Yeah.
It's now bad.
Yeah.
And that gets multiplied even harder because over the last few years, and especially this year, we are seeing unprecedented success on the power play around the league. There are 3 teams in the league that have a power play north of 30%.
Yeah.
And you're succeeding less than half of that time.
Yeah. Was it somewhere in chat that somebody mentioned Dallas has double?
Yeah, they're like at 32%. It's crazy. Like
that just seems insane to me, and not to take away from the fact that Dallas is a very good team.
Yeah,
right.
Of course.
Obviously, like second best team in the league. But with that said, arguably the Avs have higher end talent.
Yeah,
than a Dallas team right now, and that just
Mikko
seems...
Rantanen's their best player, and Nathan MacKinnon is certainly a better player than Mikko.
And again, all due respect to Mikko Rantanen,
of course.
Nathan, when you have a Nathan MacKinnon and a Martin Necas with the way that they have the ability to score. We've seen what they can do. Nathan MacKinnon, perfect example today. One of the worst games of the season for him, and he goes
until
and
it wasn't. Yeah,
until he goes out and does that 2 times in a row. Like it just blows my mind that there is that much of a deficit.
It's
for
almost
a team that is this
unexplainable.
talented.
It's almost unexplainable.
Yeah.
And we're not asking the Avs to be a 30% team.
No.
But get to 20. Get to middle of the pack NHL.
Right.
You're too good to not be at least there.
Right. The only thing saving special teams for me right now is the penalty kill.
Agreed.
And the way that maybe it's not consistent through the game, but you're consistently being third in the league is no slouch.
Yeah.
Like that is the only thing that is saving the special teams.
Yep. Chat talking about it a lot. I actually don't know what the final face-off numbers ended up being, but we can probably look, or at least look up the percentages.
I can go through some percentages here.
Pop off.
Looking at Brock Nelson, he went 9 for 18, 50%.
You can live with that.
Jack Drury, 7 out of 12, 58.3.
Pretty good.
Nathan MacKinnon, 7 for 25.
Yeah, that's bad.
28%.
That is catastrophic.
Yeah. Gabe Landeskog, 3 of 4 for 75. And then Zakar Badakov for 33.3. I also want to note, Victor Olofsson took a face-off today. He did not win it.
Well, that's not surprising. Yeah.
That's where that lies. Nathan MacKinnon, though.
Went from having a decent playoff or decent face-off year to a bad face-off
really
year
bad.
In this game
the Jack
alone.
Drury effect is no longer here. This is no longer the Jack Drury effect. This is just Nathan MacKinnon needs to get better at face-offs.
Yeah, agree. A lot of things Nathan MacKinnon could have done better in this game, and yet he still won the game. I don't want to spoil too much of that here. And before we get into the 3-star stuff, which we will in just a second, credit to the Avs depth. I think we saw in the loss the other night, and we've seen in a handful of games, whether it be because of injury or whatever you want, much, much better work out of the Avs depth in this game, particularly the third line.
Yes.
And I know there's a blender there, so call it whatever you want, but Avs are built to succeed as a team.
Yep.
They get a Parker Kelly goal tonight. A lot more of what you want to see.
Which, a beautiful tip.
Indeed.
Incredible tip
that tip
from
was
Parker Kelly.
It should have been the prettiest goal of the game, and then Nathan MacKinnon happened. So.
Yeah. Which I do want to, like, if we're going to touch on this goal here really quickly,
yeah,
too.
go for it.
Sam Malinsky, I have been thoroughly impressed with the amount of offense that he has been creating, with specifically instances like that where he's putting shots on net and other guys know to get in front of it because of how smart of a shot it is.
We've talked over the last couple of years how, Sam Malinsky's got a little bit of that Cale Makar in him because he's got that shimmy at the blue line. This year, Sam Malinsky's got a little bit of that Brent Burns in him.
Yeah.
Brent Burns, classically shoots for that tip play a lot. Malinsky has converted on that play repeatedly this year with different tippers depending on which game. Tonight it ends up being Parker Kelly. But yeah, I agree. Malinsky has found an extra little jump to his game because of that play.
No, I've really enjoyed watching him kind of step into that role this season. Like, it's a pleasure to watch.
We do need to take our first break of the show on that note, so let's shout out our sponsors, including a fantastic Christmas gift option with Aura Frames. Go get yourself an Aura Frame or get one for a family member. They're the perfect gift. I can speak. We're struggling today. It's all right. We'll get through it. Get through it with Aura Frames. They have all the amazing pictures loaded up on it. It's fantastic for anywhere in the house. Great gift for in-laws. I know from experience on this one. Perfect gift to give your in-laws. They'll love the pictures that you can put on it. You can set up the app, and anytime during the day, you can just send them a photo, maybe take a cool picture of your dog or your kids. It keeps them updated and part of the family, too. So, get $35 off when you decide you want to go get yourself an Aura frame. Get their best-selling Carver mat frames, named #1 by Wirecutter, and use promo code DNVR at checkout at auraframes.com. That's AURA frames.com. Promo code DNVR for $35 off. Make sure you get in fast. The frames sell out quickly, especially around the holidays. So order yours now, get it in time, and support the show by mentioning DNVR at checkout. Of course, terms and conditions apply. And once you got your Aura frame, maybe you want to get a gift for one of the people that plays sports in your life. And that's where Dick's Sporting Goods comes into play. Stop by your local Dick's for all of the hottest apparel, too. Nike, Adidas, Originals, FP Movement, VRST, Calia, even us, DNVR merch in Front Range stores for Dick's. So go get yourself into your Dick's. They do have, the actual sports gear too. Baseball, football, soccer, hockey, basketball, golf, all that good stuff. They even have tailgating essentials. Get to Dick's, or if you want to get it fast, you can get curbside pickup or delivery from Dicks.com, because every season starts at Dick's. Second period of the DNVR Avalanche podcast. Let's hit the 3 stars. Star number 3 of the game, Marty Natchez.
Interesting.
He had 3 assists.
Yeah.
I don't know how he did it, but he had 3 assists.
This was not a great game from Marty either.
It was not. Your whole top line was bad for the first 50 minutes of this game.
Yep.
All of them. MacKinnon, Natchez, and MacKinnon. Bad.
Yeah.
Natchez directly responsible for one of the goals against.
And that's where I'm like, he can't. We talk all the time about the 3-on-3.
Yep.
And how this should not work.
It shouldn't.
And I know you and I, during the watch along, I was like, of course Marty Natchez is the one you leave there on the blue line during 3-on-3. It's
and
not
everyone
smart.
has a mini heart attack real quick.
And we see it come to life during that one goal that he lets by. But it's a quiet performance.
And here's the beauty of hockey. It can look bad. It can be bad. You can be directly responsible for a goal against. If you had 3 assists, you did your job.
Yeah.
Mission accomplished. Marty Natchez on a 100-point pace this year.
The conversation truly, I feel like, for the last couple games for Martin Natchez too, is he's bad, and then other people will come up and be like, but score. Like he's producing.
Yep.
Like that's the whole point of being a top line guy, is that you can look bad. Mechanically, you can be bad on the ice.
Yep.
But as long as you are doing this, like, you're an elite talent in the league.
Right. And Timmy in the Toyota chat nails it exactly. This is absolutely the Mikko Rantanen game from Marty Natchez. be quiet, look bad. 3 point, most points led the team in points in this game.
Yeah. Go
Job
off,
done.
Marty.
If your top line gives you 3 points, you did your job, even if there is other bad stuff there.
And like, I love that you mentioned this too. If your top line does it, like, that's great. That's just from Martin Netjes too. Like that,
right?
Pop off.
Oh, by the way, kind of 2 big goals from Nathan MacKinnon.
Right,
also.
right. So like that's huge.
Second star, the hardworking man himself, Parker Kelly, absolutely deserves it tonight. Look, I know the game put Shesterkin on here, and probably deservedly so, but we're the Avs show. We're putting Parker Kelly on there. Dude works his butt off.
It's well deserved.
Yes.
And for a game where most of your top 6 was, and I don't even want to say most of, because I do want to get into Brock Nelson later too.
I do too, yeah.
But some of your top 6 was a little quiet for most of this game.
Yep.
Your depth steps up. You've got a really great shot on goal from Sam Malinsky. Parker Kelly with some really good positioning in front of the net. And this is something that I see him practice all the time.
Yep.
Like, he's working on, like, his net front presence, and not only in warm-ups, but in practice. In situations, he's touching the puck and doing what he needs to do. It's such a smart play. It really is. And with the amount of work that Parker Kelly puts in night out, it's nice to see it come to fruition for him.
I know it's not, but I want this to be the play that pushes it over the edge, where the Avs say, okay, we have to keep Kelly on the wing.
Yeah.
We have to leave him there.
It's not going to happen.
He's too good there.
I wish. And it's so hard for me, too. And that's where, like, if it's a difficult conversation for us, imagine how difficult that conversation is for the front office and for Jared Bednar and company, who are like, this is something Bednar's been preaching since media day. Was we like Parker Kelly here. This is what we initially, like in a perfect world, would love to do. But the talent on this team, the way that this depth is providing for this team right now, makes that really, really hard.
Yeah, we talked about it too with Nielsen coming in. Does that mean maybe Brindley isn't ready to go? So we might not really see any lineup changes anyway for this road trip. But yeah, Parker Kelly he's just too good at what he does to take him out of the lineup, or he's gonna play center, but I don't want him to.
I was gonna say, regardless of how that conversation goes, I don't think anybody looking at this team is looking at Parker Kelly being one of the guys that's
not in
out
that
of a spot
for sure
right now.
And then the first star has to be Nathan MacKinnon. There is no doubt about that. And you said it earlier. This was on track to be one of Nathan MacKinnon's worst games of the season. I mean, he couldn't hold on to a puck. He was kicking things. He was bobbling all over the place. Yeah. And then that's why he's Nathan MacKinnon. And
2 beautiful goals.
Well, the first one, it's great hand-eye coordination. It didn't feel like oh, wow, what a talent Nathan MacKinnon goal is. It was like, all right, MacKinnon's going to play bad and get this game winner off this stupid play. And he probably should have. Right. But when the chips were down, Mac said, no, I'm the best player in the world, and I'm going to score an all-world goal. And he did.
That toe drag into backhander. Oh, my God. It's just, this is the Nathan MacKinnon we were looking for all night.
Yes.
All freaking night. And I don't know if that's, team gets into overtime and that's suddenly like, okay, wakey, it's time to finally get going. Like, maybe he was asleep while some of these other guys were sitting here performing during the first period and on. But it's interesting to me that they he gets that first goal, and still, like, you get into overtime and that's his time to shine.
Yep. Well, and you could see it too. Like, obviously it's a great goal, but MacKinnon, especially this year, and maybe it's because he has 24 freaking goals on the season, but a lot of goals he scores is just like, yep, I scored, cool. Yeah. He was pumped
about this one. Like that, I told you afterwards, like, that is probably the most excited I've seen Nathan MacKinnon after a goal, maybe all season.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of, like, his own goals that he's even been significantly excited for.
He'll just go and skate over to the face-off circle and stand there.
He'll give you a little, like, fist pump or a fist pump or something sometimes.
Like, he'll go and hug, but like the way that he got excited about this one, it's so fun to see that emotion.
And it's great. Like, that's what superstar players do. Yeah, they're really good every night, all that, whatever. But when the chips are down, when you need a goal, when the Avs are staring down the barrel of, hey, we don't want to lose 2 games in a row.
Yeah.
Hey, we have a Dallas team that's trying to catch us. We need a win here. Nathan MacKinnon, go kill.
Yeah. No, that's... I do want to bring this up, too. With the conversation, obviously, the winning combination here tonight was Nathan MacKinnon, Martinez.
It was indeed.
On 3-on-3 together. Is this enough for Jared Bednar to be like, hey, see, this works. Like, we could do this.
You know I hate it, but you also know that the next 5 overtimes the Avs are in, they're going to go right back to it.
Yeah. It works one time, it'll work more. See, guys, I told you so.
When they lose the next overtime with it, I'm going to be so mad.
Yeah.
I'm going to be so upset about it.
That's, yeah.
But that's... Look at their time in overtime in this game. Never turned the puck over, never even really lost the puck. And I'm sitting there on the watch-along couch going, reset, take it out of the zone.
Yep.
They never did.
Yep.
They kept it in the offensive zone. They kept possession. They kept the pressure up.
Yep.
And then you got the Nathan MacKinnon superstar play, and you won the game. And that's what it's supposed to look like with those guys out there.
Yep.
Where's it been?
Yeah. That's the frustrating part for me. Anyway, I don't know. They got it done.
They did. I'm not going to be mad at the overtime when it works. I'll put it to you that way.
Right.
Those are the 3 stars, but there's plenty of other players to get into and talk about in this game as well, including checking the stat sheet with Dick's Sporting Goods. Now, maybe I'm just a hater, but I did not put Blackwood in the 3 stars of this game.
Okay. Yeah.
And it's not that I thought Blackwood played badly. Look at the stats. They look great.
Yeah.
He had a great night.
Improvement from Thursday.
Yeah, a legitimate bounce back from Thursday.
Yeah.
I'd also think the Avs did, outside of one play by Marty Natchez, a pretty good job of not giving up too much. We mentioned it. 4 high danger chances against at 5-on-5 tonight. That's what a synergy looks like on a team when you need a bounce back game. Quality defense in front of him, and Blackwood makes the saves you need him to make.
Yeah. No, and I think I can confidently say too, like nothing tonight was on him. Like neither of the goals on him.
No way, not at all.
Like tonight that he let in were on him, and so I feel like this is the kind of game where he can sit and say like, this is the realistic expectation. Like if I can sit here and only allow 2 goals against and what they're putting on me, put up a save percentage like that, like this is a fine game for me to play. It's not normal for goaltenders to go back-to-back shutouts.
Yep.
Like that's
true.
that is not a human trait for NHL goaltenders. The fact that he's done it so far this season and how the amount of games he's played is incredible. But like this is a realistic come back down to earth. Like this is a fine game for me to put up for my team. Yeah. And especially given 2 of the goals from Thursday that I'm like, yeah, maybe want those 2 back. I feel like he's feeling pretty good about this one.
If you give up 2 goals in a hockey game as a goalie and you don't win, not your fault.
Yeah.
That is, your offense failed you.
Yes.
If you can't score at least twice in a game, your goaltender did his job. He had a quality start. And the Avs got there. Mm-hmm. The Avs did their job too, and that's why we're sitting here talking about a win. Yeah. So, good for Mackenzie Blackwood, good for the Avs.
He did his job.
I don't know. After the first period, I was concerned about my vibes about this team, but by the end of it, I feel pretty good about the Avs vibes right now.
I feel like the first period, I understand a little bit more. After a game, like getting their second regulation loss of the season. Yep. I feel like it's fair for them to have that, just to kind of find their vibe again. And they found it.
They did. Avs good.
Avs good.
NHL bad.
This is true. I have a lot more I can say about that, but I'm going to keep my mouth shut.
We'll talk about a whole bunch more stuff coming after this break, but we do need to shout out our sponsors one more time. So let's hit that and talk about the best wings in Denver with Fire on the Mountain. They're the favorite local wing joint here. You can get hormone-free, antibiotic-free, cage-free wings. They're the good stuff when it comes to Fire on the Mountain with 15 super flavorful, made-from-scratch sausage from mild, my type of flavors to insanely hot and everything in between. They've got a sauce for everybody. They also have great deals like $5 beers on Mondays and happy hour all day Tuesdays. They got appetizers, dressings, and everything else too. They've got a couple of locations, even Wagyu beef blend burgers. So you can find something at Fire on the Mountain one way or another. Go get with them. You can do their insanely hot El Jefe challenge. I'm not going to do that, but you know, if you're into that, you can do that. Go get those $5 pints and all-day happy hour on Tuesday. They also now have 2 locations, one in Wash Park, one in Highlands. The Wash Park one does delivery, so you can get it ordered too. Try the best wings in Denver. Also get them at the tailgate. DNVR Broncos has them at their next tailgate. Go check that out. And maybe you go get some fire wings because you saved up a good amount of money. You can help save yourself some money when you use Monarch. Don't let financial opportunity slip through the cracks. You can use code DNVR at monarch.com in your browser for half off your first year. That's 50% off your first year at monarch.com with code DNVR. It's a fantastic app. It'll show you your entire financial picture. You can see your accounts. You can see your investments. You can see where you're spending. It'll even break it out into a pie chart so you know exactly how much money you're spending on each section of your life. Go check them out. They were named one of the best finance apps in the world, best budgeting app of 2025 by the Wall Street Journal. Forbes also named it the best app for couples, so you know it's good. Once again, get that 50% off with code DNVR at monarch.com in your browser today. Second period, third period. I could count. I'm all over the place. It's too early for me. Yeah, the early mornings got me lost. Third period of the DNVR Avalanche podcast. Bailey, you said you wanted to talk about that second line a little bit.
He didn't have any points on the night.
I mean, he came this close to scoring,
he was
technically.
Very, very close. Brock Nelson really stood out to me tonight.
I'll let you go first because I'm not sure. I got to formulate my thoughts, I guess.
No, that's just a testament. I mentioned Gabe Landeskog in the pregame.
Yep.
And his comments on there's so much more that goes into what a player can do for a team besides what's showing up on the score sheet. And I feel like that was like the solid definition of what this second line produced here tonight. You've got really good plays from both Brock Nelson. I'll go as far to say I did like Colton tonight as well. But Brock Nelson especially was a standout to me. Really great guy who, for some crazy, today's game was crazy when it comes to puck possession. It felt like the puck was on a string
for him
tonight. Watching him handle the puck and hold on to it and be that deciding factor in some of those possession plays that the Avs were creating. I really, really liked what he provided. I
know the lines were a little bit jumbled at times this year, so who's really on the second line? You can have a conversation. Their traditional second line, Landeskog, Colton, Nelson, best possession line of the game for the Avs by a good margin, right around 75% Corsi 4. Maybe more importantly, on a night where at times the Avs struggled in their own zone to effectively get pucks out, they didn't really struggle with that. They were only on the ice for 5 shots against and 0 high danger chances against that second line. And I think you talk about the responsibility and how to be effective with that. The Avs have a penchant to have their forwards fly the zone the second their defensemen get possession.
Yeah.
And I get that. Some of that is the identity of the Avalanche. They want to play fast. They want to beat teams up the ice. They want to stretch them out. But also, when you recognize a night where a number of your defensemen are struggling to get the puck out, you have a Landeskog circling back into the zone. You have a Brock Nelson playing in the middle of the ice, being an option for an outlet that isn't, well, if they mess this up and turn it over, it's a bad chance the other way. You can play tighter. You don't have to rush every second of the game.
It just seemed like especially Brock Nelson and a Gabe Landeskog were really in the right place at the right times. Today.
Agreed.
That is really how that felt.
Except for that puck not going in. But if it went in, I mean,
that's
New York would have challenged for goalie interference anyway, and it would have gotten called back. We all know how that would have gone. So
don't ever touch a goalie again. That's becoming
unless you stick a stick in their pads. That's allowed. Anything else? No.
I thoroughly that second line was great for me today. I thought Jack Drury was just okay.
I liked his defense, especially later in the third period. Really active stick, really good in the neutral zone. you do start to have a conversation if he's going to be your 3C.
Because that's, especially in the beginning of the season, I've been his biggest champion.
Yeah.
I've loved the idea of Jack Drury at 3C. But now becomes the conversation. You've got the defensive side of it down. As far as defensive play goes, like, you are the perfect 3C for a lot of teams.
Yep.
But now we're having the same conversation that we had for Nelson towards the beginning of the season, is when does production start to weigh into that conversation a little bit more?
And to be fair to Jack, we've seen some changing of line mates significantly. Yes, some of injury, but Olofsson has struggled to be effective at times over the last handful of games. We saw Olofsson get dropped to the fourth line for some of this game. So Drury's going through a pretty heavy mix of line mates right now that, look, you can believe Jack Drury's a 3C or not, doesn't really matter. When you understand how he plays, that third line does need someone to drive a little bit of play. Drury needs a little bit of help driving play. And Nichushkin's kind of a weird fit there because Nichushkin can drive play well, but it's all pretty much individual. He drives a lot of play for himself.
Yeah. Like, he's not really relying on a lot of that help, and that's why I think he thrived so well on that second line, but at the same time, I think that took away a lot from a Brock Nelson. So it's a fine line.
It's hard right now because over the last 10-game stretch, it feels like whichever line Landy is playing on is playing really, really well.
Yeah.
And then whichever line you've taken Landy away from suffers.
Yeah.
So you need someone, whether it's Colton, whether it's Nichushkin, you need someone to maybe step up a little bit and help that depth. Not that depth was not the problem by any stretch of the imagination tonight. So I don't know. They need to find something to help Jack get scoring a little bit, but maybe that's as simple as getting Gavin Brintley back. So
yeah. While we're talking about centers, Zakhar Badakov is the only guy on the team to play sub 10-minute numbers for time on ice.
I believe it.
Which is, it's unfortunate because I think he did have stretches in this game where I really, really liked a lot of his play in the offensive zone.
Yeah.
It's just not enough.
There's some puck skill there.
Yeah.
There is. But it's not Gavin Brintley. Gavin Brintley, there's some puck skill there, and there's the super ultra competitive high effort guy too. And at times, I don't know that the ultra compete is there for Badakov. I like him. I want to see him get more opportunity, but we know who Jared Bednar is.
It is just really unfortunate in a game where you see that maybe puck management, especially in the defensive zone, is struggling just a little bit. And maybe they're struggling with some of those giveaways in the offensive zone. Zakhar Badakov is just a victim to something a lot of the other players on the team are struggling with as well.
Yep.
But he's the victim of having that time shortened.
And keep in mind, 100% of this game was a one-goal game.
Yep.
No one ever had more than a one-goal lead. If you have a Gavin Brintley in there, is he trusted more than Badakov? Probably. But there are going to be some minutes that are getting lopped off pretty much no matter what in a one-goal game. Bednar's going to shorten that bench a little bit and look to his top 9, top 6 to get the job done.
And not to draw back from Bednar's own words, too, but you've got one guy who Bednar said could be a top 6 guy anywhere else in the league, and then a Zakhar Badakov who we're consistently seeing getting minutes chopped off of his ice.
Closer to a healthy scratch than he is the top 6, for sure.
Right.
So
that's just the unfortunate thing. I think if he's got one more year in the NHL or in North America, like, this is probably a much better season for him, and he's probably got a little bit more of that trust.
It's really hard for a guy like Badakov to come into a team that is championship contending, like the Colorado Avalanche.
Yep.
If you brought Badakov in and threw him on the fourth line of San Jose, they'd probably just live with some of the sloppiness and say, go use your skill, prove it to us you're an NHLer, and he'd play more.
Yeah.
But the Avs are trying to win a cup here. They don't have the time to figure out exactly what Badakov succeeds and fails at. They need someone to fill a role in their lineup and to do what they expect of that role. And sometimes Badakov does, sometimes he doesn't. So there would have been a lot more room, but unfortunately Gavin Brintley just outplayed the crap out of him. So it's just hard. There's just not going to be room in this lineup because you weren't way better than expected, like Gavin Brindley was.
Yeah. I don't know. It's unfortunate. I'll be interested to see what the makeup looks like come March.
Yeah. Definitely
that's
fair.
That's gonna be a really interesting storyline for me to follow. Another thing I did want to touch on. Getting away from the forwards a little bit. We've talked a lot about the forwards. Talked a lot about Malinsky. Brent Burns and Josh Manson.
Yeah, it wasn't as bad as the Islanders game by any stretch, but that pairing's starting to be scary. Like, you do not trust that pairing in their own zone anymore, and not the actual defense. Mm-hmm. I really don't have much problem with the actual defending of almost anyone except for Marty Necas tonight. But the puck skill has kind of poofed on that line. We're waiting for them to hit a clear, and it's right to a Rangers stick, or it's soft up the wall and not out.
And it's really difficult for me, too, because physicality, as far as physicality goes,
both of them laid bombs.
I loved them tonight.
Yeah.
Brent Burns had a really, really good reverse hit.
Yeah,
behind
dropped
the net.
a guy.
Like, I really enjoyed watching their physical game tonight.
Yeah,
but
agreed.
We saw a lot of jumbling of the defensive pairings tonight, and I would go as far to say, like, they're the reason for that.
Bednar was searching for something to not have to keep playing them together.
Yeah.
And again, they've played some really good games together.
Yeah.
I'm sure they will play really good games together in the future. But you have to have a solution for nights like yesterday, 2 days ago, and tonight, where, okay, the puck skill isn't there for both of them. You got to break them up. You got to find something else. And I think they're pretty comfortable putting Malinsky with either of them. But I don't know that they're comfortable putting Girard with either of them.
Yeah.
And
Girard's
that's where it gets
the
hard.
Variable for me, where I'm like, Girard has really good moments.
Yep.
And I'm a big Girard defender. I think he moves the puck really, really well. But depending on play style, like, it's just not a good fit.
Yeah.
In a lot of cases, if you're looking for, I don't even know. Like, it's Malinsky, I have a lot more trust in with the way that he's played so far this season. That's maybe Girard just needs a little bit.
So.
Yeah,
Like,
maybe Girard just needs a little bit more time to prove it, to earn that a little bit more, just because he hasn't had as much time as a Malinsky has to kind of settle into this season.
Maybe. I would like a better answer there consistently, though.
Yeah. I would agree.
And, we've talked a lot about maybe you give Taves some looks there to balance the lineup if you can find someone that you can at least somewhat play with Makar at times.
Another guy who's gotten on the scoreboard, but not consistently.
It had some more good opportunities tonight, did Taves, but they didn't go, or the passes didn't connect, or whatever it might be. I'm not upset with the top pair today, though.
No. I'd like to see a little more from Mikhail Makar, though, too. Which is so weird to say, because I thought he was great tonight.
The game that Nathan MacKinnon had is like the inverse of the game that Cale Makar had, where Cale was really good for large stretches of the game and just didn't get rewarded for it. And then, he's out there in overtime and MacKinnon gets the winner. Awesome. Whereas MacKinnon wasn't great for 50 minutes and then is out there and gets the winner. And
Cale Makar had two really, really smart looks in the game today, too. That smart shot near side.
Follows it up with a far side one.
A far side shot.
Yep.
Like, he's got the hockey IQ to back up a game like this. Like, he performed well. Yeah. But nothing's showing up on the score sheet.
Yeah, and it's really the goals that you need to see more out of from Cale Makar.
He's got the assist. He had the assist on the primary assist on the overtime winner tonight.
And it's crazy to ask because he's got 10 goals on the season. Like, I know it's dumb to be like, oh, you need more goals out of Cale Makar, but you do.
Yeah, absolutely.
The Avs have built their offense for Cale Makar to be an integral part of it. They want to get looks of Cale Makar streaking into the zone. And a goal from him is the difference between you gave up an extra one and now you have to win this in overtime, to, you just win the game still in regulation.
Yeah.
And that's a hard thing to put on someone, but Nathan MacKinnon got it done tonight.
It's the kind of player that Cale Makar is proving himself to be. It's one of those star qualities.
Yep.
If you want to be a superstar player in this league, especially as a defenseman, the way that you've defined this part of the position, like, this is the expectation.
Yeah, that's the reality. You wanna go win Norris trophies and be the best player in the world. You gotta produce. It can look great every single night, but if it doesn't go in the net, well, what's it worth?
Right.
We do need to take our final break of the show here before we start looking at some bigger picture stuff. But let's hit up our sponsors and make sure we're shouting them all out, as we are brought to you by the fantastic folks over at Toyota, the official vehicle of DNVR and the official vehicle of the Colorado Avalanche. I've been telling you about that four-wheel drive for months. Snow is finally around.
You need it.
It's finally here, especially mountains got pummeled, apparently, by snow today. So if you're going up there or you're going off-road, make sure you get yourself into one of 17 models with Toyota that have four-wheel drive, like the epic 4Runner. Of course, if you're just a city boy like me, save a little bit of money on gas. Get one of their hybrid vehicles, 16 different ones to choose from. Even if you like a truck, they've got the Tundra iForce Max hybrid truck. So whatever vehicle you're looking for, Toyota has something for you. Get one at your local Front Range Toyota stores, including AutoNation Toyota, Arapahoe, and Centennial, Corinthia, and Boulder, Groove Trade, Littleton, Mountain State Store, Endeavor, Stevenson, Torrey, Aurora, and Stevenson, Toyota West in Lakewood. Again, Toyota, the official vehicle of DNVR and the Colorado Avalanche. Toyota, let's go places. And once you got yourself a Toyota, guess what? You're probably doing pretty well, making a good amount of money. If you want to take care of your business, you need Shopify. Shopify is the e-commerce platform behind millions of businesses around the world. 10% of all e-commerce in the U.S. is through Shopify, and they're more than just an e-commerce platform. They have you covered with website creation, product descriptions, email and social media marketing, and even more than that. They even have AI tools designed to help you maximize sales. So if you're ready to sell, you're ready for Shopify. You know, I collect Pokemon cards. Everybody uses Shopify with that because marketplace apps are cool. They also take a 15% fee.
Yep.
Shopify won't do that. You'll actually get the money when you're selling your items. So turn your big business idea into cha-ching with Shopify on your side. Sign up for your $1 per month trial and start selling today at shopify.com/allcity. That's shopify.com/allcity. Cha-ching. Final period of the DNVR Avalanche podcast presented by Bet365. We have the last 10 graphic set up and ready to go. We talked about tonight, you know, we didn't call it a must-win, but it was a big game because this sets the Avs up now where they've had a successful stretch of 10 games. Yep. Games 20-30. They now have 6 wins in. 7 wins in? I can count. 7 wins in. 7 wins in. You're 7-1-1. Mm-hmm. No, that's wrong. It must be 6 wins.
6-1-1.
Never do math on air, kids. 6-1-1. That's 13 points out of a possible 20, and you have 2 games left. Even if you split those, 15 out of 20 is 750 hockey.
6-1-1 is still a really good stretch of games.
It's not 10-0, but it's really good.
Which is that the expectation for this Avs team now? Like, once you do it once, you can't. Like, there's no going back. But like, in all seriousness, like that's a really good stretch of games.
It is.
And given the fact, like, considering that in this last stretch of 10, the next 2 games included, you've only got 1 regulation loss. That's 2 on the season.
Yeah.
I know that's a point we keep harping on, but it really is such an incredible thing that I don't know if a lot of Avs fans are really appreciating. Like, that's hard to do.
It's ridiculous. And it is a Segababa tomorrow. And
it is.
Did you exert more energy than maybe you would have liked tonight? Sure, fine, whatever. You won the game. That's what matters the most. You won the first half. To me, anytime you win the first half of a back-to-back, the second half is a free roll. If you get a point out of that, great.
Yep.
So, Flyers also pretty beatable.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Blackwood starts in this one. Does Minor get the start for tomorrow?
He should.
He should.
I think he should. If you're looking for a guy who maybe didn't have the heaviest workload tonight, it was probably Blackwood.
Yep.
I expect Bednar to start Blackwood.
Yep.
I don't want him to, but I expect him to.
Yep. That's what's so difficult for me is with the way that Blackwood and Wedgwood as a tandem have been playing. Bednar, I feel like, has gotten super comfortable in we're going to play the rested goaltender. Let's roll with that. It's working really, really well for us. Now you don't see as much trust in a guy like Trent Miner, which is unfortunate, again, because is something that I brought up before. He's a really great goaltender, performing really, really well at the AHL level.
Yep.
He's performed really well for the Avs in the few games
At least
that
when
he played.
Comes in relief, he's pretty good. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So that's where I'm like, I'm worried that Bednar is going to start falling in that hole again, where if you don't see Wedgwood for an extended period of time, if he's out for longer than planned, that's putting a lot of pressure on a guy like Mackenzie Blackwood, who had a lot of that last season, but hasn't really experienced that this season.
If Wedgwood is healthy, or I should say the second Wedgwood is healthy, he'll play. There's no doubt in my mind on that. But the fact that he wasn't even backing up tonight, going to go ahead and assume he's probably not going to be good to go tomorrow either.
Yep.
So it's probably going to be Blackwood.
Probably.
Is what it is. The Avs won 3-2 tonight. Tiff put the wrong number in. I'm not the only one bad at math.
Whoopsie.
Still a W either way, though.
So yeah, that's...
Oh, hey, I didn't even have to ask. You got us to 100 likes, Chad. Thank you so much. Yeah, we'll go get winner shots in a minute here. We appreciate you. When you zoom out on this Avs team, Nathan MacKinnon is on pace for 70 goals still, by the way.
Stupid.
You are on pace for multiple 100-point players with Marty Natchez' 3 assists tonight.
Yep.
You have what remains the best tandem in the league. You have the team that gives up the least amount of goals per game in the league. Like, even with, we hated the Avs breakouts tonight. Oh, they turned the puck over a ton. They only gave up 2 goals.
Yeah.
Their goals against average per game got better today.
Mm-hmm.
We've been saying it all show, right? Like, the standard for the Avs is ridiculous.
It is. And that, like, I feel like we talked a lot about how last game was a coming back to earth moment for this team. Kind of humanizing them a little bit, call it sickness, call it whatever it might be. It was humanizing. But that word of the day, resilience. Like, that's not just the word of the day, honestly. Like, it's a word that the Avs have used a lot this season to describe what this team is capable of and what they can do. Coming off of a game like that, to come and win in a game like tonight, where, again, this game is the definition of resilience. You get a great, timely goal from Nathan MacKinnon. Unfortunately, Panarin does his job and evening things up, but you get a point, at least, out of tonight. Either way this goes.
Well, and the Avs set themselves up to avoid problems because they never trailed in this game.
No.
The Avs put themselves in position to win, and yes, it took longer than you would have liked, but if the Avs don't get that big goal from MacKinnon and that Panarin play happens, then the Avs lose.
Yeah.
The resiliency that you keep talking about is exactly correct. And I'm trying to put together this funny analogy in my head where the Avs are kind of like a video game boss to the NHL right now. And like they finally lost again in regulation to the Islanders, and the NHL was like, all right, we beat it. We got them. And then this game happens, and like it's phase 2 of the boss fight. The health bar goes back up. At first, you're beating him up in the start of phase 2, and then he does the attack you've never seen before. And that's Nathan MacKinnon in overtime.
I think it's just so funny to me, too, when you phrase it that way, that the New York Islanders were the ones to get phase 1.
Right.
And then the New York Rangers are the ones that are like, oh, shoot, oh,
There's
shoot, oh,
more.
shoot. Oh, no, oh, no, oh, no, oh, no. Like, that's hilarious to me, actually. But no, that's exactly what this is becoming. Regardless of a loss.
We died again. We're good? Okay, cool.
The way that the Islanders, unfortunately, were able to get that win, they capitalized on a poor
they
performing
punished the Avs, absolutely.
Like, that's exactly what that is.
Yep.
And it's... That's just the identity. Yep. Like, I hate going back to that word, but that really is what the Avs are setting themselves up to be, is the team that every other team in the league has circled on their calendars. Because
100%.
that's the measuring stick. I don't care what Adam Foote says. Like, this is exactly what the Avs are, in my mind, to other teams. Like, you're going to get their best.
Yeah.
And, I mean, you saw it in a game like tonight. The Rangers were this close. Like, they were pretty close to winning this game. And if not for Nathan MacKinnon going sicko mode, like, that's... I don't know. Like, the Rangers were within reach.
Yeah. No games in the... Well, that's not true. Some games in the NHL are absolutely easy.
Yeah.
But no games in the NHL are supposed to be easy.
No. Like, I mean, that's why it's the NHL. You've got pros. You've got guys who are best in the league for a reason.
Yeah.
So.
There's so many ways to be a good team in the NHL, and the Avs have found a lot of ways to be a good team this year, right?
Yep.
It's not always, they outscore their problems. It's not always, their goalie bails them out. It's not always they have great defense that smothers teams. It's a little bit of everything. And on any given night, you can get any of those versions of the Colorado Avalanche.
Yep.
How do you prepare for that? Like,
I feel like you don't.
Yeah.
Like, it truly is like it's a mindset thing for me, and being like, these teams are coming into this knowing that they're going, like, ideally you're getting at least a mid-tier version of Nathan MacKinnon and a Martin Netjes who can go and put two to 3 points a night.
That's their mid-tier.
Like, that's that's what teams are preparing for, is regardless of what version of this Avs team you're getting. Jared Bednar said it after the game on Thursday. It was like they still tried to claw their way back into that.
Yep.
Like, they have the
wasn't
ability
very
to.
effective, but
It
they
wasn't,
tried.
But they tried. Like, that's the effort, though. Is like they're never a team that you can count out of anything.
Yep. All right, you can see us again, chat. Thank you for the winner shots. Get some Dr. Dubs in the chat. We appreciate y'all.
Cheers.
Take your medicine. Woo.
Hello.
Yep. I do think we have one super chat to get to as well. $5 from Broker, who just says dog.
Amen, brother. Absolutely. No, I agree. That's enough said. I don't know as though I have much else to say on that. Nathan MacKinnon is just that guy.
He's him. He's absolutely him. He can take off 50 minutes and still show up and win you a game.
Yep.
Yeah. Colorado first team in the NHL to 20 wins. So I know we had those conversations about the Avs might be a little bit of overtime merchants. Mm-hmm. Not really true at all. No. And I know they won in overtime today, but they won. This is not a loser point. And there's no other team with 20 wins in the league. So, not to mention,
the Colorado Avalanche are that team.
Yeah, and they have a game on hand on a team like Dallas.
Yep.
Game in hand, I should say. It's funny because, everyone wants to, like, Dallas is right there. Dallas is only 1 point behind the Avs. It could be close. If the Avs win against Philly tomorrow, they're back to 5 points ahead of Dallas.
Yep.
And, would you rather be 10? Of course, but you're comfortable.
Still out of, like, putting yourselves more and more out of reach. And as long as that's the trajectory they're on, that's fine.
Yep.
Now, it is a little bit of a challenge for me. You go and play the Rangers, who are 8th in the Eastern. Going to play Philly, who's 5th in the Eastern.
To be fair, the difference between last in the East and the playoffs is like 3 points.
Yeah, no, it's the Rangers and the Flyers both have 33 points.
Right, so
that's like that's still insane to me.
It's not. There really aren't any easy opponents in the East the way there are in the West with San Jose and.
It's a gauntlet, but in a different sense.
Yeah, for sure.
Because the West is just silly.
2 of the 3 best teams.
Yeah.
3 of the best 4 teams in the NHL are in the West.
Yeah. So take with that what you will.
And the Avs are doing their job.
Yep.
They've beaten a number of quality teams. They're beating most of the teams they're supposed to. Did they make it more exciting than it needs to be sometimes? Maybe. But a win's a win.
Yeah. Take what you can get.
That's all I got, Bailey. Anything else you wanted to touch on before we get out of here?
I got nothing.
Perfect. We will wrap this thing up. We appreciate you hanging out for a matinee game chat. We'll be back with another matinee game tomorrow. The whole thing, pregame, postgame, watch along. This time against Philly. Do I have anything else? No. I don't know what to do with my hair. We agreed. If you guys really want me to do something with it, enough super chats and I'll do whatever chat asks. I'll dye it blonder. I'll dye it back to black. I'll do burgundy.
Tiff offered to help him with frosted tips. So
that might cost $2,000. That one might cost extra. But I'll do something with my hair if you guys really want to. I don't know. It's just a fun bit. We're going to wrap this up. This has been the DNVR Avalanche post-game show presented by Bet365. Bailey and I will see you tomorrow.
We all silly like the mayor.